Well, a fine good evening, everyone. This is Patricia, and I am traveling for history. I'm in Burlington, Vermont today, back at Lakeview Cemetery, which is fantastic. It's 70 degrees, sunshine everywhere. 70 degrees is 21 degrees Celsius. So it's a beautifully resplendent day out here. So I don't know, as far as I know, I don't know anyone who's buried here. Well, I may know something about the person over here, but anyway, let's take a look-see at this one. This is Harmon A. Ray, 1827 to 1893, and his wife Lucy, 1830 to 1906. Let's see if I can bring that in closer for you to see. There we go. You can see my photographs on Instagram and Facebook. I'm traveling for history on both of those sites. 1L in traveling. And look at this. Look at this beautiful area here. One thing I'd like to point out on this large monument is this right at the bottom, that bronze plaque there. Can you read that? It says perpetual care. Perpetual care. The idea is that whatever the cemetery would offer for perpetual care, like cutting the grass, for instance, Lakeview Cemetery does not fix its broken headstones, or even these areas here, these sections that are part of the fence. Now, the Vermont Old Cemetery Association does offer workshops. I don't know if it costs money for those. I should look at their site and see if it costs money to have those workshops, because they could offer workshops here and maybe have the general public get involved in fixing these headstones and other things. But we can see these steps are broken too. So give me a moment as I step on these things. And then there's this right here. I don't know what that's a part of. That broken piece right there. Huh. Did that fall off? Oh, it broke from here. Broke from right there. Let me see. I'm stepping on. I can feel it moving a little bit. That's not good. But we can see here, we have father, mother. We have ASD, so that's going to be someone named Drew. Because we can see on this side of the monument, we have Drew. Can I bring that in for you? I can, but let me get to the other side so we can see it better. We have MSD right there, and FBD on the end. Let me step down in here. Oh, you know, that's why it's a little, because it's not completely on its base. That's definitely not good. And I'm not going to be strong enough to try to push that back in, because we can see it's right here up against this side here. So I think I would just give myself a hernia for naught. Okay. So we have Albert S. Drew, who's at the top, 1843 to 1920. His wife Mary S. Ray, 1849 to 1905. And then Florence Drew, 1871 to 1877, so a little kid. Did she make it to her birthday? She did. So she was 6. There you go. I think that's easier for you to see. You can also follow me on a different place on Google Maps. I am PA there, so if you just type in like Lakeview Cemetery, You can see my stuff, these photos I take, if you don't want to follow me on those other things, and other places. And, yeah. So these other two sides don't have anyone listed, which is perfectly fine. You see these decorations right here, which go all the way across. You know what they remind me of? Have you ever seen those books of coin holders? They remind me of if this were upside down. What you put your coin in. Be a pretty big coin for this. But then we have that right there. Quite nice. So it's a lovely monument. Looks like granite to me. It's polished right here. But it's not, you think it'd be smooth because it's polished, but it's not actually smooth. Perhaps because it's dirty. I love this, but it's falling away. As we can see right there with the separation there. Another fenced in area here. Let's go visit that too. I'll use the step again. Actually, no, I'll step over this way. It's still safer than over there. Whee! And this even has like this entrance to the entrance section. So neat. This is facing a lot of the same issues. You know, a lot of frost heaves here. Frost heaves will definitely give a lot of upheaval. And given there's a tree right there, gorgeous as it is, the roots could also be affecting everything. You can see this step is very much leaning in to here. So, and this has moved too. See, it's not supposed to be faced that way. I think it's supposed to be straight on, like the one over here. Well, someone's a veteran or something like that. Curtis and Humphrey. I need to look up what the significance of the ball is on top. If you know, please put in the description below. So from here, what can we see? Who are these folks? Cornelia. Now there is a name we don't hear anymore, isn't it now? Mother. Has a flower up here. I'm not sure that's really as obvious. Perhaps it is now though. And we have Father. And now this person's name is facing this way. That's unusual. Edward. On the front we have a cross. And then over here, back facing the other way, we have, I think that's Abby. Sometimes easier to tell in a photograph. And that's just gobbledygook as far as I can see. Let's look at the names on the marker. Oh, by the way, we can see the base too. We're not supposed to be able to see this part down here. This is how the marker is supposed to stand up straight. All right, so over here on this side, we can see Edward M. Curtis, M.D., 1840 to 1874. Wow, he did not live long. Died in California. What does that say? Surgeon I don't know what number, maybe 11th? I don't know. Vermont Volunteers. And medical director, something division. 6th Army Corps, I think it's 6th. Abby, it is Abby L. Curtis, died May 30, 1887. That's very hard to read. Let me take a photograph though, and y'all can tell me what that says. On the back, there is no one. And what over here? Oh yes. So we have Sylvanus Humphrey, M.D., 1804 to 1892, lived a good long life. His wife, Lavinia Wheeler. That's another name we don't hear too often. Well, actually, I don't think I've ever heard it. Besides, historically, Lavinia Wheeler, 1805 to 1875, he outlived her. And their daughter, Cornelia J., July 6, 1845 to June 6, 1886. 40. She was only 40 when she died. This side is so much easier to read than the other one. Alrighty. Well, let's move on to that one. Not quite as fancy. I don't see a fence around it. Who knows if one point it didn't actually have one, though. Lots of names around this one. But the fence isn't really necessary, I don't think, because this is a raised area. I think you see it better on the back there. It kind of reminds me of when golfing, when they have a raised area. I mean, I don't, mini golf is what I like. But it reminds me of that. So this is the Shaw family. William Goodhue Shaw, 1831-1892. Mary L. Bissell Shaw, 1843-1910. William George Shaw, 1872-1873. Oh, a child, a toddler. William Goodhue Shaw, son of Henry B. and Fanny G. Shaw, September 27, 1909 to August 22, 1911. Oh, another toddler. Didn't even reach it a year. I understand that a lot of children died back then, but my gosh, it's still hard. It's hard to see that. I'm not even a parent, and it's hard to read that. Now we can see the underside of this one as well. That right there. And let's read some other names. These are going to be pretty unreadable because of the moss on them. People along this side as well. George Bradford Shaw, 1800-1853. Nancy Bigelow Shaw, 1808-1878. Mary Elizabeth Shaw, 1839-1840. God, a baby. Fanny Elizabeth Shaw, 1840 to 1906. I think that's right. Could be 1847. It's hard to tell. And how about on this side? Given the number of, it's the, ooh, the sun is bright. George Bigelow Shaw, 1845-1892. And, whoop, ground is very uneven. Don't know if you can see these these aren't holes, but they're certainly depressions, and don't really want to step in those, twist an ankle. That would not make my day complete, that's for sure. So, Henry Bigelow Shaw, 1873-1936. Fanny Grinnell Shaw, 1874-1967. Thomas Shaw, 1904-1904. Not even a month. Mary Bissell Shaw, 1906-1907. Not even a month. A week. I think is a week. I think the other child was a week as well. God, those poor parents. Okay. Okay. Walk over to this other monument. We'll come back for these here. Nothing on this side. Nothing on this side. Excuse me a moment as I pick this flag up and put it in its tube. My cane, also known as my pointer, Pierce. I've seen this spelling before. The Pierce Spalding building at UVM. And that's all we have. I mean, that's all we have on this monument. So let's see what these headstones tell us. Okay. Harriet R. Pierce, 1865-1955. That's a good long time. Well, this is why there's a flag. William S. Pierce, Brigadier General, U.S. Army, 1864 to 1923. Let's see. Walk around the tree here. Wallace B., son of Albert G. and Delia J. Pierce, died September 7, 1879, aged 12 years. Delia J. Pierce, 1839-1917. Albert G. Pierce, 1833-1904. Anna Hill, wife of John S. Pierce, died December 23, 1879, aged 77 years. She missed Christmas. And John Pierce died August 11, 1887, aged 82 years. Not sure the complete year on that. 1882 maybe? You can tell me in the comments below. Patricia, you screwed up. This bench is quite nice. In loving memory of Brian Lemley, with the planter of fresh flowers. Look at that beautiful tree right there. Wouldn't that be great with a swing hanging off of it? Well, not here because of the headstones, but this also would be a good limb for a swing hanging off of it. Maybe. See this one, this limb, they cut this off. I really couldn't tell you, but it's interesting nonetheless. And there's the gazebo. I already have a video on this. In fact, it was the first, that was my very first video on YouTube of this gazebo. And it was cold when I filmed it. There was snow all over the ground. I want to say that was in March of last year. But that is the Adirondack style. Anyway, you can watch my video on it if you're interested. I'll have it in the video, this video, so you can watch it at your leisure. All right, let's take a look at some of these other monuments over here. Definitely older. I mean, look at that lovely shape. So Wadsworth is the name on the headstone. So this is Wadsworth here. 1857? 58. 1858 to 18 something. 1870 something. 1871. Holy cow. That was kind of trippy. What's that name? Is it Delia? Oh, and another beautiful monument headstone over here. See, I think of that as a monument, and these as headstones. But I do use a lot of these words interchangeably. So this is also a bit of a raised surface here. I'm standing on an incline, if you can see my feet planted. This one is planted with my heel down. This is George Wadsworth, but I don't see any years on there. Another one over here. What is this? This is a headstone down. I don't know if this is a headstone that landed face first, or if it's supposed to be a step to enter this right here. And there are no dates or anything that I can see on this. But it sort of makes sense that this could be a step in, because we see right there, I know there's glare, sorry, that right there, which delineates the corner. But there's nothing over here to delineate anything. Interesting. I'm going to walk around this, just in case. So, HPH maybe? HCH? Hard to say. In fact, I'm not even going to try to read these headstones, the little headstones here, because that is futile. I mean, you can see the problem right here with the growth on there. There's a much better picture of that. So here we have Thomas Hill. Died December 5, 1879. Could be 78. Could be 70. Aged 56 years, his wife Hannah Currier died October 14, 1892. My grandmother was born in 1892. Not that you probably care, but just saying. Willie P. Hill died August 11, 1855, aged 1 year. Mary E. Hill died February 26, 1872, aged 9 years. Alfred C. Hill died in Portland, Oregon, March 9, 1881, aged 26 years. I wonder why he was in Portland, Oregon. Visiting family? I don't know. And this side is blank. And this side also has the marker's edge. This AED on this one. All right, I'll cover these last two. I'm sure those are weeds, but maybe flowery weeds. And then we have these things, this style of headstone right here, which these right here, they remind me of cash registers. The old-fashioned kind that you see in those Western movies. There are only 3 of this style, and they look like marble. Marble collects pollution, like I don't know what. You can clean this stuff off, but it costs money, it takes time, all that stuff. Edward Rayson Shaw, 1837-1921. His wife Sarah Huntington Francis, 1842-1921. She died same year, but not the same day. William Warren Shaw, 1866-1939. Anyone on the other side? I always want to look at the backs of these things because, well, in this case, it tells us the name. Here's Shaw. And then over here we have this one. Oh, Frances. Her maiden name was Frances. Lots of acorns right here. I mean, holy cow. All acorns as far as you can see. Francis, George Francis, 1816-1881. His wife, Mary Matilda, 1820-1882. George Huntington, 1861 to 18... What year is that? Is that 19? Is that 1901? What year? 1861, I think. No, maybe 1901? I can't tell. How annoying is that? Now, there's a George Huntington store on Church Street. I need to check. I think it was later than this, but I mean, he'd only be, well, he would have been about 40. This is 1901. What does the other side say? Mary Pease, 1845-1852, a child. Louisa, 1847-1852, a child. John, 1862-1863, a child. And Frederick, 1855-1865, all children on this side. Oh, God. I'm glad that there's modern medicine that has quelled so many children dying. But wow, I am so sorry for the family. Well, this is Patricia, and I am traveling for history. I really appreciate your coming along with me today in Lakeview Cemetery. It's always interesting to come and look at the cemetery and talk about the different people buried here. If you like the videos, the content I provide to you, I'd really love it if you would subscribe to my channel. It would make my day. 174 and growing. Woohoo! And the 174 number, that's kind of funny. I had 174, I had 173, and then a couple of hours later I had 174. A couple of hours later, back to 173. Oh, lost one. And then a couple hours after that, back to 174. So, whoo, gained one. Kind of funny. Ooh, mosquito. Mosquitoes are out too. God, things. Anyhow, so again, if you're having a good time watching my videos, please subscribe to my channel. I do upload every day of the week. And today is May 9. Tomorrow's May 10. I'll be up in St. Albans filming tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Got some really neat stuff to show you. A tavern. A tavern. It's not a tavern anymore, but it was when it first started. Among other places. So I think you'll enjoy that stuff. I'll enjoy bringing them to you. All right. Until we meet again, you have a great evening. Thanks so much for watching my video. Appreciate it. Have a great night.